Welcome to the second episode of the Celo Camp Circle, Crypto Talks from the Living Room. I'm Rachel Jakob, Program Manager at Upright, and together with me here is my co-host, Alon and Shavit, co-founder at Upright. And in this series, we talk about hot topics in crypto and meet founders and leaders who are actively contributing to the reconstruction of the financial system on Web3. We hope to inspire you with these ideas and the positive impact it can have on a global scale, as well as foster building on blockchain technology and the growth of blockchain ecosystems. So whether you're new to crypto, a founder, or a crypto enthusiast, we invite everyone to listen in and join the conversation on the Celo Camp YouTube channel. So from the living room, joining us today are Felix Macharia, CEO of Kotani Pay, a mobile-first on- and off-ramp solution, and Moses Adeniji, co-founder at Paychant, a cryptocurrency payment gateway, both of who, by the way, are Celo Camp alumni, and I'm really looking forward to chatting with both of you today about the adoption of crypto in Africa, as well as the changing landscape of payments and remittances across the continent. So crypto adoption is such a popular topic right now in Africa, and for a very good reason. Just alone in the last year, according to Chainalysis, in Africa, there has been a 1,200% increase in crypto value. And Africa has topped peer-to-peer payment platforms in terms of transaction volume across all regions. Users have been seeking out cheaper and faster ways to transfer money, both home and abroad, and turning to cryptocurrency to do so. And what's also interesting to note is that it's been used not only for on-ramp solutions, but for remittances and commercial transactions as well.
Yeah, and I want to add to that I think that what drives this adoption is I read that according to the World Economic Forum report, 57% of the population in Africa is still unbanked, and I know that Nigeria and Kenya is spearheading the adoption of crypto in the entire world. So it's super exciting to be together here with you, Felix and Moses, to speak about this topic. And I've been following the growth of your companies, Kotani Pay and Paychant, in the last few years. And it's really exciting to see how you provide alternative banking solutions to users in Africa. So super excited about this talk.
Yes, we are really excited to speak to you both today and dive into the world of crypto within one of the fastest growing cryptocurrency economies in the world. And before we do, we'd love for you both to introduce yourselves and tell our listeners who you are and what you do. So let's start with you, Felix.
Thank you, Rachel. Alon. So I'm Felix, CEO and co-founder of Kotani Pay. At Kotani Pay, we enable businesses to send crypto payments to SMS phone users. And Kotani Pay is basically a technology stack that connects blockchain protocols and dApps on one side to local payment channels in Africa. And the problem that we're seeking to solve is an access problem. So 57% of mobile phone subscribers in Africa still use SMS phones that have no access to the internet. If you look at today's blockchains, however, they're very much built with the smartphone user in mind, which locks out billions of non-smartphone users from the benefits of blockchain technology. So what we have done uniquely at Kotani Pay is we have connected SMS-based interfaces like USSD to the blockchain so that you have a unique value proposition. You don't need the internet or a bank account to access our service, and you can receive crypto payments directly to your phone.
And Moses, we'd love to hear more about you.
Thank you, Rachel and Alon. I really appreciate you having me on this session. And my name is Moses Adeniji. I am the co-founder and CEO of Paychant. So what we do at Paychant is Paychant is a cryptocurrency payment gateway solution. We enable merchants in Africa to access a digital currency as a form of payment. Because looking at the payment system in Africa, you would notice that mostly the most used method of accepting payments online is credit card. And this has become an issue for merchants in Africa because the charges associated with this is very, very high. And merchants pay on average, I think, 5% to accept payments. And that is what Paychant is trying to to solve. We created a platform whereby we utilizes the help of digital currency, which is on blockchain, to simplify payments and reduce the cost of accepting online payments for merchants in Africa.
Thank you so much, Felix and Moses, for joining us today. And I think we can dive right in. So Alon and I, we've been wanting to hear from you guys. What do you feel or think drives crypto adoption in both Kenya and Nigeria, respectively? So why don't we start with Moses? Would you like to tell us about the world of crypto in Nigeria?
So I would say the main driver for crypto in Nigeria is remittance, because I think sometime in 2017, that was when the adoption started in Nigeria, because people, I think Nigeria has about 40 million outside of Nigeria sending money to Nigeria, and the cost of sending money to Nigeria then was very, very high. I think to send $200 to Nigeria, it costs about 9%, and people. Then was when crypto was booming. So people discovered Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and that is how it started. People discovered it is cheaper for them to send money to Nigeria to their loved ones, using digital currency, and that is how the influx started. So people discovered that the system is more cheaper in sending money. So people started adopting it. And even if you look at the intra-African payments and sending money from Ghana to Nigeria, and this is even more cost. And that is what crypto solves. And I think that is the main driver, whereby people discovered a way for them to remit money in a cheaper way. So I would say remittance is the main driver for cryptocurrency in Nigeria.
And what about Kenya? Felix, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, so it's not so different as the case for Nigeria. So intra-African trade, is very fragmented. We have different payment systems in each of the African countries. We have about 55 African countries. If you're sending funds, for example, from Kenya to our neighbor Uganda or Tanzania, you are probably sending from M-Pesa to a different payment system. So the costs are crazy. And even, if you're sending money from abroad, if you're sending money from the US or, Europe back to Africa, again, you are dealing with costs of about 9% towards, 12%, depending on what you're using. So that is, one of the drivers, I would say, in Kenya. So that's sort of like the aspect of payments. There's also another aspect in terms of, investment. And there are not so many options for Kenyans, to actually invest their money. So we have a growing middle class, a lot of young people who have been exposed to, digital platforms, and they are very aware of investment, but there are very few options sort of like at home. So, for example, if you invested in the Nairobi Stock Exchange last year, you lost 29% of the funds you put in, which is like a third. In the same time, crypto has done something like 40 times the money that you had put in if you had put in the money last year. So a lot of people in Kenya also look at it as sort of like a better investment opportunity than some of the available opportunities that are there locally. And then, finally, also looking at another aspect, which is inflation, right? So we're in a high inflation country. Most African countries are doing 5.6% and higher in terms of inflation. So 7%, 10%, 11%. And so on. So you're losing that much in value by just storing your funds in fiat. So for the more educated, younger Africans, crypto also offers sort of like a more stable opportunity and value, both sort of like for stable coins as well as for the likes of Bitcoin. If you're to check the news just this year, two African currencies have fallen: the Sudanese dollar and the Zambian kwacha. And based on political instability within most African countries, we are usually not very far away from such a situation ourselves. So most people look at this as sort of like a hedge to protect themselves against such events.
Thank you so much, Felix. And also to me, it's always exciting to see how young generations are so knowledgeable about crypto. And thank you so much for giving us this overview. So coming to the next question, and this one goes for you, Moses. What do you think makes P2P crypto payments so popular in Nigeria?
Thank you, Alon. I think one of this is due to the population who don't have a bank account, in the country. And if you should look at Nigeria, I'd say there are a lot of unbanked, population, within the country. And I think with this, people, I think the problem with banks is that, before someone can open a bank account in Nigeria, one needs to have a valid means of identity, which is a government issued ID. And I think less people have this, this identity with them, so it is difficult to have a bank account, in Nigeria. So people discovered, cryptocurrency as a way, to hold their funds, and even without having a bank account, because they can just, generate a wallet and start keeping their funds. So I'd say one of the main driver for P2P crypto payments, is the easiness of how seamless it is for them to create wallet and start, transacting and be financial inclusive. So I would say P2P crypto payments, the adoption grows because it is easy for people to easily tap into banking system without dealing with decentralized banking, and I think that is the main purpose of P2P is widely adopted in Nigeria.
Thank you, Moses, for that question. And we've also been thinking about how do people onboard to crypto in Kenya. Kotani Pay provides on and off ramp solutions. So we'd love to dive into that.
Yeah. So I'll broadly divide sort of like the audience into two. So there are people who are crypto native, very aware, very familiar with crypto. And then you have the rest of the population, which has probably heard about crypto just once, from a news article or something. And for these two populations, they onboard in very sort of like different ways. So for crypto natives in Kenya, a lot of them sort of like being in the crypto trading community, a lot of the onboarding happens through peer-to-peer exchanges. Right. So the way you would typically do it is you will register an exchange account, maybe with local Bitcoins, Paxful, Binance. And that, of course, means that you need to go through verification. You need a good smartphone for you to do that. And then you would send money to another peer. And you'll typically do this through your mobile money account. So I'll send an M-Pesa payment to another peer on Binance or on local Bitcoins or on Paxful, and that peer will send me Bitcoin, right? So if you look at like P2P trading volumes in Kenya and actually in most African countries, they are very high, and they have been increasing over the last 4 years, from 2017 all the way to where we are now. So that will be sort of like the majority of people within crypto, the crypto trading community in Africa. They mainly do it through peer-to-peer. For the rest of the population, they're looking for sort of like easier solutions. So I'm not familiar with seed key, public key, private key, all that stuff. I'm looking for an easier solution to get crypto. And that's where sort of like we built, Kotani Pay for that particular population, right? So you register your Kotani Pay account, similar to how you register any other account. If you have an SMS phone or a feature phone, you can just dial in a code, and then, we take your KYC details. Of course, we verify this against the KYC APIs we have. If you're all good, you have an account. And what is in the backend is actually a blockchain account, right? So front end is like this SMS USSD interface. Backend is a blockchain account. And it has everything, including your seed phrase, and you can actually take that seed phrase to another wallet if you choose to do so. You can receive payments on this wallet. You can send payments on this wallet. You can buy crypto, and you can also sort of like cash out from crypto. So like I can come out from BTC or CUSD to my local fiat currency in my local mobile money account, which for most users in Kenya is actually M-Pesa. For most of the other places we have expanded to, like Ghana, it's MTN mobile money. So we envision that, as we move forward, a lot more people will want to interact with crypto in an easier way. Just like for, Americans, you have Coinbase, and probably it's the easiest way to onboard. I think that will be the case for actually the majority of the population, which is currently not in crypto. But from crypto natives, mostly it's peer-to-peer.
Super exciting, Felix. And I think the way Kotani Pay and Paychant are vanguarding these kind of like solutions that are based off mobile, right? Mobile first solutions, meeting the customers in where they are accustomed to operate. And that takes me to the next question. Regarding Celo and CUSD adoption. I'm curious to know, from your perspective, how do you see the adoption of CUSD and the integration of the Celo network to your particular projects? So maybe we will start with you, Moses.
Thank you, Alon. I think Celo and CUSD solves a lot of problem, in Nigeria. And that is why we are building on top of it. And the way it is integrated into Paychant is that we simply make Celo the default payment currency, for merchants. So Celo dollar is like the first payment currency for merchants to accept payments using the Paychant API. And with this, it comes with a lot of benefits for merchants, like reduced fee. Because it reduces a lot of fees for merchants, and it also comes with high-grade security and the ability to receive payments from customers all around the world with just a simple fee. It's just like texting a message to one another. So this is why we are building on top of Celo, because we see the advantages that it brings. And compared to other protocol, Celo is different, and because if you should look at the Bitcoin network now, it is scaling, and the fees are getting higher. So even crypto holders are finding a way to to switch to another benefit, another crypto. So I think Celo is the next generation of digital payment, and that is why we love the technology and we are building on top of it. And I think in terms of the adoption is quite impressive, because we are seeing that, because we are doing some promotion with the Valora wallet in Nigeria, and we have been seeing lots of positive trends towards this promotion, because people we are able to use the Celo dollar to hedge their funds. What I mean by hedge is that looking at Nigeria, there is a lot of hyperinflation with the currency. The Nigerian naira falls a lot against the United States dollar. So people are looking for a way to hedge their funds. And what comes to mind in this case is Celo dollar, because the promotion we are doing with Celo in Nigeria exposes this opportunity to Nigeria, that they can be able to have their money in the United States dollar backed by Celo. So that is one of the benefits of Celo. And looking at the trajectory at the moment, we are seeing a lot of uptrend, the usage adoption of CUSD.
Thank you, Moses. And Felix?
Yeah, so again, I share similar sentiments to Moses in terms of, we're very excited about Celo for several reasons. One is their mobile fast approach, right? So they had this SDK that you could easily connect to as a developer. As you were developing a solution, we didn't have headaches with that. There was also the aspect of having the stable coin baked into the protocol, which was like really key and really important for us, because a lot of the use cases we try and enable are actually use cases that depend on, the stable value of assets, right? So we don't want assets that are fluctuating, very much. And, because of those two key items, mobile and, having a stable coin that doesn't fluctuate in value, we have been able to enable several use cases. So for example, we have worked with NGOs in Kenya, about 6 or 7 of them, targeting each about 2,000 refugees. So we're looking at about 12,000 or so people who receive these payments, and they receive these payments in CUSD, right? And whether it's, universal basic income payments or health insurance payments, they get these payments in CUSD because they have sort of like Kotani Pay wallets, and then they can cash out to their local fiat currencies, usually mobile money, using, Kotani Pay. So we have also seen sort of like an adoption from the business side of things, right? So as Moses alluded to, there is a serious scarcity of, dollars in Africa. But the funny thing is, when we are trading between one African country and another, we do this in, dollars, right? So we have seen some adoption from businesses, mainly leveraging CUSD because it's just as good as a dollar, to make payments for their goods and their services. Another very important, driver of adoption, and sort of like where we have seen an adoption from businesses, is actually lending, right? So we have had several use cases where a business receives lending in CUSD and is able to sort of like lend out to small and medium enterprises in local fiat currency. Of course, where Kotani Pay comes in there is mostly the cash out process, but that flow of funds from the lender to this business is seamless, right? So on the other advantage of Celo is the low network fees. Like they're really, like it's like 0.001% fees that you're looking at. So you can enable use cases that want to transfer $1 and use cases that want to transfer $100,000, simply because then the network the network fee is very low, as opposed to, for example, Ethereum and Bitcoin at the moment.
Super great, guys. Both, first of all, the impact aspect of what you mentioned, and the low fees, the ease of access. It's all like really fascinating and awesome aspects of both your products. Yeah, Rachel. So you wanna ask the next question?
Sure. We'd love to hear more about your products themselves, and what kind of customers do you serve, and what they can do with your product. So why don't we first start with Paychant?
Thank you, Rachel. Paychant offers, a cryptocurrency payment gateway API. So with this API, we develop it in a way whereby merchants do not, need to have any technical knowledge, of integrating the API, because before we did a lot of research when working on Paychant, and we discovered that even the traditional payment gateway in Africa, the integration is difficult for merchants to integrate on their website. So we don't want similar case with what we are building at Paychant. So Paychant offers a no-code payment integration that enables merchants. Talking of merchants, businesses who are selling, goods online, who have a retail store online. So Paychant provide them the ability to accept digital currency as a form of payment from their customers. And also we enable charities, organizations who are raising donations to accept to raise donations using digital currency. And also we have a pre-built solution for merchants who don't have a website, because looking at Africa, there are a lot of businesses who don't have a website, and that is why we create a Shopify-like product, whereby using on the Paychant dashboard, merchants can generate a storefront, to sell globally without having a website. And I think those are the products, those are the key products that we offer. But in terms of spending, we also have a platform called the Paychant Quick. So with this, it's easy for individuals, to spend their cryptocurrency like CUSD. So we made it seamless in a way whereby people who have CUSD, can easily, make purchases of airtime and internet data, and also pay for their utility bills and cable TV and hotel booking as well. So this is our spending type of product. And in terms of remittance, we have a platform called the Paychant Send. So with this, it makes it easy for people to remit money to Nigeria using CUSD. And in a much cheaper way, much cheaper than the traditional payment providers.
And we'd love to hear from Kotani Pay.
Yeah. So we are mainly an infrastructure business, meaning we mainly do B2B or B2B to C, agreements. We have three main products. One is an API, a business API. Two is a cryptocurrency exchange API. And three is an end-to-end solution, sort of like for organizations. So I just briefly go through sort of like all of them. So for the end-to-end solution, we basically have connected SMS-based interfaces, right? Like USSD that work on feature phones, SMS phones to the blockchain. When somebody is keying in the code, they're actually creating a blockchain account, and that allows them to receive payments on their blockchain account. The funds are stored on chain. So if it's USD, it's not stored anywhere else. It's actually stored on chain. And the connection is allowing an SMS phone user to interact with their on-chain wallet, right? So you can send payments, you can receive payments, you can cash out, and so on and so forth. We have built sort of like a business API that allows other users, businesses in this case, to connect to local payment channels. So let's say you're a business, you want to use crypto to send payments to end users. These end users will most likely receive payments in their mobile money channels, right? And then they can cash out. So a very good example is work we've done with NGOs and even gig work companies. So in the case of, for example, gig work companies or freelance companies, we have these freelancers in Kenya. They do online jobs. They're paid in crypto, usually CUSD in this case. And then once they receive the CUSD in their Kotani Pay wallets, they cash out to their local payment, channels like M-Pesa, and they can do whatever they want. They can buy food and so on and so forth. Same applies for the NGO use cases. So, UBI payments or any other payments are sent directly to Kotani Pay wallets, and then you can cash out to your mobile money accounts. And then we have the cryptocurrency exchange API that basically enables exchanges in Africa to connect to mobile money channels as well, right? So enabling that sort of like cash out to M-Pesa and the on-ramp as well from these mobile money channels to cryptocurrency exchanges.
Wow. So you guys are doing some pretty great work for Africa, for your respective countries. And we're seeing the impact increase by the day. And it's been such a pleasure to watch your companies grow since we first met you. And I'd love to take a little different direction and hear a little more about you both personally and what got you to get involved in the world of cryptocurrency and to create your apps. So why don't we continue with you, Felix, and then love to hear from Moses afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. So the way I got to know about crypto was sort of like unconventional. I read a book called Blockchain, The Blueprint for a New Economy. That was back in 2016. I was, taken aback by the potential of blockchain as a technology. So I got to contact the author. Her name was Melanie Swan. And, at the time she was running something called the Institute for Blockchain Studies, basically studying how blockchain can be used in various settings, right? And then I noticed in Africa, she doesn't have like any researcher. So I told her, I can be, a researcher for your organization. She was gracious. She gave me a job. I started researching rent-seeking tokens. At that time, very much focused on Ethereum. And then I was drawn into the ecosystem. So I started participating personally. So that by the time we were getting to 2017, there was this whole boom in Kenya. There were a lot of meetups, a lot of people talking about the potential of this technology in Africa. Soon after, worked for a node validation company. So basically validating transactions for various proof of stake blockchains like EOS and Icon and the likes. And then at that point realized, the technology, works very well. Like crypto is there 24/7. It's there 365 days a year. It doesn't go down. It's decentralized. You don't need anybody's permission to join it. It's an awesome technology. It's only that it locks out a lot of people in Africa, basically because it's not directly connected to the technologies people use in Africa, right? So like if you're in China, you'll probably be using WeChat Pay or Alipay for most of your services. If you're in Africa, you're probably using mobile money and SMS. So then got together with my team, and the question we asked ourselves is there a way to connect the two, right? Is there a way to bring these two technologies together so that a lot more people can be onboarded onto blockchain and can benefit from the benefits of blockchain technology, low transaction fees there throughout the day and throughout the year, no service down or anything like that. Very beneficial in terms of remittance and even remittance costs, and so on and so forth. So and also not liable to government interference. So there's no inflation of the assets that you hold. And that's how we got sort of like on this journey of building Kotani Pay. And we were very fortunate that Celo Camp was actually our launch pad. But from then on, we have seen so much growth, and we have actually seen the impact that we wanted coming alive, whether it's with the NGO use cases, the gig work use cases, or just businesses receiving funds from abroad using stable coins.
Wow, beautiful. I've never heard that story before, so I'm really happy that I've had the opportunity to ask you that question. And Moses, I would love to hear more about your background as well.
So thank you, Rachel. So I'd say I got into crypto, as a direct problem encountered when we were about to receive money, from a client that we are freelancing for in 2016. Because a bit of our background, myself and my co-founder, which is Gabriel, we prior to Paychant, we work as a freelance developer for clients in the UK, in Australia. So there was this Australian client, that contacted us, that we should help him to develop, a payment platform. So and the normal method of sending money to us as a wages is through the traditional money remittance, which is I think Western Union and MoneyGram. But later on, there was this issue around the fees of sending money to Nigeria because it was so cost for him sending money from Australia down to Nigeria. I think it incurred about 9%, and so he was looking for an alternative to send us money in Nigeria, and then Bitcoin came into the light. So he started sending us Bitcoin, and that was in 2016. That was actually the first time we started learn about cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum. So and later on we discovered how beautiful the technology was and how easy it is and the problem that it has solved. And later on, I think the ICO boom came, the initial coin offering, and then we began to dive deeper into the blockchain world because we were able to create smart contracts, for clients on Ethereum, and we were able to generate ERC 20 tokens, and we keep digging into the technology, and later on, I think fast forward to 2019, we come across Celo, and through Celo Camp, and we discovered how Celo was more even beautiful and helpful than Ethereum. So Celo is just like it shows the whole benefit of blockchain. So and we that is how we started building on Celo, and we are loving it, and I'll say it is awesome, and the opportunity given to us by Celo has really helped us scale.
Super cool, guys. So last question I want to ask you is if you can share with us a little bit about your current traction that you see on your products and what people do mostly on your services, and also where can we find your products and use them. So maybe we'll start with you, Felix.
Yes, thank you. So we are currently live in Kenya and Ghana, as well as Zambia. We recently launched in Ghana and Zambia, but have been live in Kenya for quite a while now. We have so far processed $450,000 And we are looking at about $3 million in bookings. So these are sort of like contracts and conversations we've had with customers. So really excited to get to that point. And then we have a pipeline of about $56 million based on, letter of intent from various customers saying how much they want to process by mid of next year. Of course, we are very much focused on, number one, connecting to as many mobile money cash out channels as possible. So we have an expansion plan that takes us to about 10 African countries. Right now we have just scratched the surface in terms of that expansion. We are targeting the $4 billion P2P market. We believe we can double that market just by opening up the market to the rest of the population that currently doesn't have access to crypto for various reasons. The fact that they don't have access to the internet, or they are on an SMS phone, or even if they're on a smartphone, they are on a low-end smartphone. Some of the use cases that we've enabled, like I mentioned, cash transfers for NGOs, business to enterprise lending, cash out for crypto exchanges, and so on and so forth. If you're in Kenya, you can simply use us by dialing in *483 *354 hash on your phone. And it will give you sort of like the Kotani Pay menu. If you're a business, you can contact us directly on our website, and we'll be able to sort of like serve you.
Thank you so much, Felix. And what about Paychant?
Thank you, Alon. For us, we are currently based in Nigeria, and we are servicing a market of 43 million small and medium enterprises. So in terms of our traction, at the moment we have about 3,500 merchants who are using the Paychant API to accept cryptocurrency payments. And in terms of volume, we are doing around $25,000 in monthly GTV, and this is growing exponentially. And we aim to begin operation in South Africa next year, because we are currently going through our seed fundraising, and I think after this we are going to scale to South Africa. And I'm also with the help of Valora, because we are doing a program with Valora, and this has really helped us in the trajectory that we are seeing. And I think this is part of the key trend that is affecting our trajectory at the moment, which we are thankful to Valora. So I would say, looking at the African landscape, Paychant has a lot to do, because we are trying to bring every merchant into the global finance, because we are making it easy for them to trade globally without the areas they are servicing their business. So we are exposing them to the world with the help of digital currency. So, and I see we can see that in the trajectory, because we did our open launch 3 months ago, and that was done on Cointelegraph, and we could see a lot of interest that was generated by merchants in Nigeria, and people just keep signing up on the platform and enjoying the benefits of the technology. And I would say it has been really amazing. And how people can find our product, I think we have a social media channel that we have. They can simply find Paychant on Twitter, via @Paychant, and I think on LinkedIn is also Paychant, and our website is www.paychant.com. I think those are how they can get in touch or find out about our product.
Thank you so much, Moses and Felix, for the wonderful talk. I really think that the amount of innovation that comes out of the continent of Africa is outstanding. You really lead the digital payments, and what you both Kotani Pay and Paychant are doing around providing access and what we call MoFi, mobile DeFi, mobile decentralized applications. So really, really excited about both your projects, and I know that I will be following your progress. Do recommend all our viewers to check out Paychant and Kotani Pay's products. And thank you so much for your time. Rachel, do you have anything that you want to add?
I think you encapsulated everything just perfectly. So I just want to say it's been such a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be speaking with Moses and Felix from day one. You guys were a pleasure in the camp and then beyond, and the amount of collaborations that has been going on behind the scenes as well just keeps on growing, and the impact that you've had on your own countries as well as in the Celo ecosystem just continues to grow, and we can't wait to see that growth continue. And I hope to do this in a year from now again, and hear what's where the progress has gone, and I really suspect that it'll be something phenomenal, because it already is. So we look forward to staying in touch. And on that note, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, Alon. Bye.